So when you look at this, Andy, a point gained or 2 dropped?
From the positions Manchester United found themselves in, 2 dropped. But, going away with a point is better than going away with nothing.
It just gives everyone else that little flicker of hope again, doesn't it?
Yeah, but this isn't the title race. When you look at Arsenal and Man City, they're going pound, they're going head on, and Man City just faltered a little bit of late. But when you look at the other sides, Chelsea are dropping points, Liverpool are dropping points to Tottenham Hotspurs last week. Aston Villa have gone on a bit of a bad run. So it might end up not being a bad point, but it just all depends. It can flip very quickly. If the other teams win, if Chelsea go to Everton this weekend, get 3 points, all of a sudden they're straight back into it again. So I think up until the end of the season, there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in that top 4, looks like 5 race. So time will tell. But I always just feel, not just because I watched so much of Bournemouth, anytime you get anything against them, it's not the worst result. We've seen Liverpool go there and get chinned last minute. Well, they are such an excellent side. They're unbelievable. They're so fit, strong, the way they get after teams, great energy, good interchange, as Andy said. They're so hard to play against. So you've always sort of just got to take what you can when you go there. They've been excellent in both games against them this season. And
lose very few games at home as well. I suppose, we talk about Michael Carrick, and obviously the conversation continues to be around him because it is such a big job being the Manchester United manager, and right now its position seems vacant. If there were any questions, Andy, would they be around, if you look at the results where they haven't won the games, the away form in recent weeks, they've won 1 of their last 4 away games, dropping points at West Ham, losing at Newcastle, dropping points against Bournemouth. Would that be the question?
Yeah, you could say that, but then for me, you'll be nitpicking, because if you look at the games that they've drawn, they've got themselves in front. It's not as if they're going to go behind or anything. They've always got themselves in front, and unfortunate to give away a goal or whatever it may be. At times, when you're in the Premier League, you're going to be a little bit lucky. You expect that, But if I'm looking at it as a whole, since he's taken over, his first game against Manchester City there, 17th of January, and now we're talking March the 15th. If you look at those results as a manager, you can't ask for much more. You'd be very, very happy.
But do you think he's got to do more than produce results, more than get Manchester United into the Champions League to actually get this job?
Now, like I said at the start of the show, that's totally out of my hands.
Don't be backing off again.
I mean, it's not. But if you're a manager, for instance, if I'm a manager and I come in as an interim manager and I'm getting those results, what more can you ask for? That's what they wanted from him. They said to him, go out there, win football matches as many as you can. When you do that, who can really complain and say, oh, you've not done this, you've not done that, or you've not got a result there, or whatever maybe? I just think since he's gone in, whatever he's done a brilliant job.
He's galvanised the club.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the players, they're enjoying it. They've had a lot of managers, I don't think the players, for whatever reason, have respected. Now, does he get it long term? Who knows? What other candidates are out there? He's done himself no harm whatsoever. Andy said a great point at the start of the show. If it's not here and he doesn't end up getting the job, he will be on someone's radar because of the job that he's done. He showed he could because he's still a very young manager in terms of managing in the Premier League. He still could have become a really good manager.
And you get the feeling as well, Jamie, that he is making everyone else's life easier at Old Trafford, including the people he's got to manage up to, as well as the players and the coaches around him.
Yeah, he's a bright boy. He understands the game. He knows the remit. He's gone in there and just not complicated things. Played players in the right positions. Got your best players feeling confident, enjoying themselves. He's gone back to a back 4, which the players seem to be a lot comfortable with. He's just done the right things, he's made it look easy.
I think that is him as a person, though.
Yeah.
If you look at the way he played, you look at the way he's managing now. He's exactly the same person. He never screams and shouts. Listen to his interviews there. That is Michael Carrick. So whatever he's gone in there and done, he's done it extremely well.
On why is one a penalty and the other is not given? I think he seems to be confused there because he says one should be given or none, both should be given or none should be given.
Do you know what? He's got a valid point. He has got a valid point. And if I'm in that dressing room, I'm saying exactly the same thing after this match. And the only thing I can obviously allude to the fact that the referee gave one, not the other. And whether you agree with it or not, I don't think the VAR is going to go against the referee in these decisions. the two penalties could be given or not given in a way, do you know, because of how soft they are. For some people it's a pen, for other people it's not. So I don't think the VAR are going to intervene and go against the referee in any of them situations.
Well, unless it's a obvious error, and I don't think they thought that there was and agreed with the weight of the on-field decision.
Yeah, I don't disagree with Bruno either. I think that's the tricky thing. You look at one and look at the other and think there's actually not much in it. There's more in the Maguire-Evan-Nielsen one. I think Truffe's just got to be careful. I think when you put the hands on a player, and again, he's not trying to play the ball, is he? I mean, the only thing I just think Ahmad goes down a little bit too easy. He obviously feels the contact and he goes down too easily. Could he maybe have got a shot off or played a little reverse pass into, is it Cunha there? I mean, this one, Harry's he gets done by the ball in the touch and then he just gets caught wrong side. So then your natural reaction is to reach out.
Owen, do you think this one is a bigger decision to not give because of where it is in the 18-yard box? For example, Ahmad's coming inside his pure bodies. It could be blocked. It could have a shot that goes wide, for example. There you clear through one-on-one.
I think,
does that play into the referee's mind, you
probably.
think?
I think Bruno made a really good point. I think once he's already give one, I don't think they'll give another one unless it's an absolute stonewaller. So I know they probably don't like us saying that.
Yeah.
But I think it does come into play. You think I've already give one, I shouldn't really give another one. You know, it's an away game.
Yeah.
The second one is obviously clearer. So I think Bruno's right, but in the end, I think they came to the right call on both.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how much of a factor do you think Bruno's comments about already giving them a penalty would have been. Now, we've heard from the Manchester United captain. Let's hear from the manager. Here's Michael Carrick's post-match thoughts.
Michael, very dramatic second half in particular today. There'll be some regrets probably that you haven't won the game.
Yeah, we're disappointed. Obviously, the way I thought we created enough opportunities and had some good chances, and then go up in the game and have a big opportunity to go 2-0 up really, and we get one penalty. We don't get the other. It's exactly the same thing really. A grab, two-hand grab, and we get one. We don't get the other, which I don't know. Well, he's definitely got one wrong, so I don't know which one he's got wrong, but he doesn't give us the second one, which I think they're both penalties. And it's a massive moment in the game, and then it ends up chaos after that. So, yeah, massive moment in the game, and I don't understand how you can give one and not the other. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a good point, and obviously the ball's in the back of your net while that check is going on, which just adds to the kind of chaos.
Yeah, it's just as obvious as you can get when you've already given one, to not give the other one. It's clear. If that's what you believe is a penalty to start with, then the second one has to be. I don't understand how you can't give that, and then obviously to go back and not give it then, and the goal and everything, and after that it was just chaos really. So I was really pleased with the boys at the end, going through the 10 men and seeing the game out and taking a point from it. I think that's a real positive. And in the end, the way it went, at times you can lose them type of games. So to take a point in the end, we'll take that. But obviously we're disappointed that we haven't taken all three.
Do you feel that the penalty and a red card was a bit harsh for what Harry actually did?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it ended up chaos at that time, so decisions going different ways, and he's made that decision. Ours should have been a penalty. We should have had 2 penalties, and that wouldn't have happened.
Then you've got 10 minutes at the end of normal time and 10 minutes added time at the end with 10 men. Actually, you've done pretty well to get a point out of that 20 minutes. That's a tough 20.
Yeah, especially in credit to Bournemouth, the way they play and really energetic and positive and run forward and pass forward and constantly test you. So to go with 10 men for so long and have to make changes, and I thought the boys coming off the bench and finishing the game did ever so well. Credit to them for that. We're delighted with the way they went about that and seeing off the last moments really, which could have been really difficult, but I thought we coped with it really well.
You've now got a long time without a game. Obviously, there's the international break, but I think you go 24 days or something without playing. Is that a problem? Is that an issue, or is it an opportunity to just reset and have a bit of a break?
It is what it is. It's not a problem. It's we'll deal with it, and boys are going away, and it feels a lot because of the international break. But the international break is we miss one weekend, so we'll deal with that. We've got to be ready for Leeds when it comes.
So Michael Carrick pretty much echoing what Bruno Fernandes had said about the 2 penalties, also aggrieved at the fact that they then had a player sent off. But he mentioned a very interesting point as well there, Gary, about the timing of the penalty decision on Ahmad, and then Bournemouth literally went up the other end and scored when it could have been 2-0.
Yes, it's a game-changing decision, isn't it? It's such a huge decision because, you know, like you said, 2-0 and then the next minute it's 1-1. So I can feel his frustration, I really can. And both himself and Fernandes is not arguing about the penalty that they conceded, but obviously they're looking at it in 2 aspects like we've just seen then and saying, well, if that's given then surely that has to be given. So I feel sorry for him. I really understand his frustration, and they are huge moments for a referee and the VAR, particularly because obviously 2-0 and 1-1 is a totally different game.
Yeah, absolutely. Manchester United dropping points for just the 3rd time under Michael Carrick. Where does that leave them in the race for Champions League? Still confident enough and comfortable enough?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think with the win, they probably would have been certain. I think in terms of top 5, and that gap to Chelsea would have been significant. But I think they'll obviously take the point. They preferred 3. They're in such a brilliant position. You think I think they were 5th when Ruben left. But I just think the football they played has been better. Everybody's happy. They're getting results, obviously, today. But that's against a good Bournemouth team as well. Yeah. You know, and the point the reporter made about playing for 20 minutes with 10 men, I thought they dealt with that really well. So I think in every phase, you know, they're playing better. They're getting points. They're managing games better as well. Obviously, 3 would have been a lot nicer, but they control their own destiny for Champions League football, and that's the most important thing.